What's up guys, James here and welcome back to the channel, and we're continuing on with the Royal Heir Book 2. So hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload, and let's hop into it. Chapter 9. Quiet Before the Storm. The morning after the gratitude ball, after a restless night at the palace, you and Hannah carried Ash towards your bedroom for an afternoon nap. She fusses softly in your arms. And no, princess, we're all freaked out after last night. If only a nap could take our minds off of things. You round the corner only to find King Bradshaw and a constituent of the honor guard waiting for you. Duchess Gabriella, Duchess Hannah, where exactly are you headed? Before you have a chance to enter, Ash bursts into tears. You snap Ash close, leveling a glare at Bradshaw. I'm a whole meter away from her. Well, that's close enough. Our comings and goings in the palace aren't any of your business, King Bradshaw. I'm only trying to ensure your safety, Duchess Hannah, and that of my future daughter-in-law. I suggest you get used to having us around. Your whole kingdom is grateful for our protection, and until your people feel safe again. He smiles woefully down at Ash, who huddles further into your arms. I promise we aren't going anywhere. Well, where we... Gabriella, Hannah, and Princess Ash are coming with me. Olivia strides up the hallway, brushing past the honor guards with a disdainful look. Per the invitation I sent you to come to Lycos, remember? Right, of course, the invitation. I'm not sure it's safe for the Heir and her parents to travel without Avenel's protection right now. They will be under my protection, which is more than equal to yours. And we already promised Duchess Olivia we'd be there. Bradshaw glares at Olivia but waits for his honor guard to step aside. Very well, my soldiers will keep the palace safe while you're away. Your soldiers and ours. You stride past the honor guard with Ash in your arms and Hannah and Olivia protectively at your side. Olivia, I've never been happier to see you, and that includes the time you helped me break out of your ex-husband's castle. Well, I figured Avenel would be throwing their weight around after last night's ball. This was the easiest way to get you out from under their thumb and to help your family prepare to face them again. I don't know how we can. They got everything they wanted at the gratitude ball, and we're still supposed to betroth Ash to one of the twins. We need a plan to, but I want them out so bad I can't think straight. Then maybe getting away from them is just what we need, literally. I swear on my 3 favorite swords. You run a hand over Ash's hair. Looks like you're not getting that map just yet. We've got a trip to plan. After spreading the word to your friends, you take your family and Olivia to meet everyone in the palace boutique. They arrive dressed for the code. Aww, yeah! People love us in like ghosts. There is no better place to get our mojo back. Alright! Stormo tells Wags in agreement. Ashley moves up to Stormo, looking up at you and Ash with her bright-skinned eyes. You're welcome. Leaving the Palace in Avonal's hands will also give us a chance to strategize without them in the way. And as much as I hate to admit it, if anyone can help us come up with a plan, it's Olivia. So why are we in the boutique instead of driving through the mountains? I need to bundle Ash up if we'll be staying in the land of ice and snow instead of swinging through for a tour. Oh my gosh, she has to have a little baby-sized mittens. Do you think they make ice skates in her size? And like those? Absolutely. I was picturing something a little less bladey. You thumb through the racks of clothing, pulling out a puffy blue coat with fur trimmed around the hood, a pair of warm mittens, and a knitted beanie. Once you put it on her, Ash squirrels in the light. Okay, that looks too freaking adorable. Now that's one cozy princess. She looks like a little snow angel. Asha hops up into your arms to curiously nuzzle the fur lining of Ash's hood. Ash giggles as Asha begins to purr. But nuzzles kinda around me affectionately. I think she's saying you're even cuter than her puppies, princess. What about you, Gabriella? I don't want you catching cold on this trip either. I guess it couldn't hurt to try on a gorgeous new sweater. Ooh! No, this is not a sweater. This is not a sweater. This is something like off of a runway. Something Fatima from AME designed. I love it. 100% bundle up. Just what you need to weather the Lycos cold and style. This may be the comfiest sweater in the world. And is officially Ash approved. Then if you're ready, Lycos awaits. Blue sky and grass gives way to clouds and snow as you journey into Cordonius Mountains, where Olivia escorts you into Lycos Keep. Thanks again for inviting us, Olivia. I miss not having Bertha and Isabella breathing down our necks. It's my duty to keep the crown princess and their family away from those avenues bullshit. Although the idea was so last minute, I haven't had much time to wait. As you take another step into the foyer, Olivia refers to he an axe off of the wall and toss it behind a set of drawers. Okay. Sorry, just give that a wide berth. I meant to take it down earlier. Maybe was it the user for your furry family on this book? I obligingly scoots away from the empty weapon hook and towards some statues on the opposite wall. I wasn't planning on taking my baby near any of the shop objects. Stop! Not there! Those statues are booby-trapped in case of invaders. You all freeze halfway across the tiled foyer. Evading art collectors. That's the first. You'd be surprised by the length of connoisseurs of fine taste for girls. 2. I learned that the hard way. That sounds like a story I need to hear. You'll be holding your breath now, Sora. Actually, don't hold your breath for once. I'm pretty sure Olivia would not tell you that story. Go away, Olivia. Yeah, Ash didn't even crawl along holding axe. We haven't even given her a practice axe. I have some blunted wooden ones that could do. Yeah, no. I do not want my baby holding any sharp things at all. Wooden or steel. I think we'll wait until she's walking to start with weapon training. Nevertheless, I won't allow anyone to come see us while you're here. I know our enemies have dealt a crushing blow. I can see the weight of Monterizzo, betrayal, and Avenue's maneuvering on all your faces. Great. Glad to know we look as bad as we feel. Storm measure ankle encouragingly. That's why it's my job. Know my duty to rekindle your fighting spirit with extensive relaxation, with a gauntlet of activities designed to test your mettle and strengthen your resolve. Follow-up question: how many of these activities involve combat? Answering that would ruin the element of surprise. Suffice to say, it's the same regimen I used to cope with Anton and Lucretia's betrayal. Is rigorous but guaranteed to lift your spirits and help you devise a plan of action. Rigorous spirit lifting, huh? Now, what how does sound cathartic? I'm surprised you think you had a choice. Olivia leads everyone upstairs and through a series of windy hallways. We'll begin by cleansing you all of the stench of defeat. What does the stench of defeat even smell like, honestly? You'll be what? You'll be wetting my what? You'll be wetting me of the what? I knew I should have stuck to 2 spritz of cologne. No, you're clearly confused with. No, you're clearly consumed with troubled thoughts. This sauna will clear your mind of the spiritual odor of loss. She stops at a nondescript door. Gabriella, Hannah, you're going first. Ian asked to Maxwell before following Olivia and Hannah inside down a stone staircase to a sauna. Suddenly, this cleansing sounds a lot more appealing. I have a bad feeling about this. Olivia moves to a pile of hot coals, her back to you soon. An overwhelming smell of menthols washes over you, and over to you, and the humid air called it. Olivia, why does your sauna smell like the inside of a giant cough drop? That's a town tree sap. Bracing, isn't it? Yep, bracing. Totally bracing. Yep, bracing. Take a deep breath and let it wash over you. Clear your mind. I let the whole of my breath. Olivia dips some sap onto the coal, and a heady odor builds, making your eyes water. It fills your lungs, the scent flooding all of your senses. soft chicken broth. It clarifies in your throat, but you swallow it within your teeth to remain stoic against all your instincts. Olivia nods approvingly. Can I leave now? Please? Please? Not bad. You have the willpower to endure the strength of the talon tree steam. It's definitely be thinking of it definitely be thinking about the royals who shall not be named. And hey, this makes me basically a badass as other rappers. That is empirically false. Nice job, Gabriella. How are you holding up, Hannah? How are you holding up? That's a GU question. You glance over at Hannah, who holds a lock of her hair up to her face. As sniffs it, she sneezes, then gives you a cheeky thumbs up. Never mind, God. I think the stench of defeat has been thoroughly cleansed. You and Hannah both take deep relief breaths as you step out into the hallway. Ash equally reaches for you, then wrinkles her nose at the strange smell that clings to your clothes. I'm so sorry, baby girl. I'm so sorry, princess. I'm so sorry. Olivia, I blame you, Olivia. But thank you all the same. Don't worry, Ash. That's what the promise of victory smells like. Really? I hope. Who wants to go next? Not me. Not me. Later, Olivia demonstrates throwing a dagger at a practice dummy while you and your friends look on. Hannah holds Ash at the edge of the room, safely out of the line of fire. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. Olivia, you know Gracia and Isabella didn't be that same combat, right? Quite the opposite. Actually, I beat Gracia in a duel. Wait, I see where this lesson is going. He crosses his arms and puts in an Olivia-esque scowl. Combat training is always relevant. Give me something sharp and pointy stat. No. No. Please don't. I want you drink. Please don't. The sentiment is accurate, but that's not the only point of the exercise. Everything in life is a battle, whether it's a battle of wits or a crossing of blades. I prefer the crossing of blades to the wits. We're here to hone your reflexes and unleash any pent-up anger that could cloud your judgment. She laughs. She launches another dagger, which lodges in the head of a training dummy with Andron's face painted onto it. You notice many holes from previous daggers. Yeah. Allow me to never be the source of your anger. Why do I get the feeling that we was in the first book? Then I retired the girl of Dummy ages ago. Called it. Now, who wants to go first? Hannah or Drake? My better half, Hannah. She helps Ash get settled in Toyla's arms at the edge of the room before stepping up. Come on, Hannah. Show the boys how it's done. Hannah's brow wrinkles in concentration as she carefully aims the dagger and throws, sending it shooting past the dummy and into the wall behind her shoulder. Her shoulders fall. Oh, I thought I had it. Hannah, that was a 9 out of 10 effort. A for effort, 9 out of 10. Still did amazing, immaculately perfect. Hey, even you can't be perfect at everything from the get-go. That's what speaks the truth. Olivia only makes it look easy because she's done this. She's done it 1,000 times. Try 10,000. Who's next? One by one, the rest of your friends throw their blades. I did something. You look around to see how the others did and follow Master's gaze up to the ceiling where his knife is wedged in the middle. Filigree adorning the chandelier. Not even gonna ask. Maxwell, just how? My thoughts exactly, Drake. How? At least we know we'll be safe from aerial assaults. None of that dagger loosens from the ceiling. Your turn, Gabriella. I had a few targets made specifically for you. Olivia hands you a dagger and points you towards 4 dummies bearing the loftiness of Bradshaw, Isabella, Amalis, and the dragon. You mimic Olivia's stance and hold their dagger ready at the ready. Picture your greatest threat, channel all your anger into the point of your blade and throw. Take this, you smug cheating shark. You throw the blade with all your might and it hits just between Brashaw's Bellup's eyes. Your friends clap and cheer. Nice shot, Paul. If you keep that up, you'll be giving Olivia a run for her money in no time. Not my first rodeo with a blade. You chose an out target. It's always wise to take out the most intimidating enemy first, as it damages enemy morale. I'm just so sick of the way he looks down on all of us like he's God's gift to royalty. It's frustrating enough from where I'm standing. I don't envy you being in the middle of his things. It's more than that. With the avenues, soldiers everywhere, we can't even go where we want in the palace. I've never been in your exact circumstances, but I felt hopeless before, frozen and unsure who to trust. When my parents were, you know the story, I vowed never to feel that way again. So what did you do? I trained beyond the obvious practical benefits. I've always considered it a good way to clear the mind. My parents may have let me down in plenty of other ways, but they did teach me that. Did they show you any super cool secret training techniques? Of course you ask them not to, of course. That you could, impart upon your willing pupils. That I'd share with all of you? Not in a million years. But considering the circumstances, I suppose I could walk Gabriella through one more exercise pass and some advice. It might be nice to put a few good pieces of my parents' legacy to use. You really think they had some pointers that could give me an advantage? They trained me that should really be allowed. They trained me. They trained me that should really be allowed. Oh wait, no. They trained me that should really be all the evidence you need. Okay. Perfect child. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Bring Olivia and see her childhood. Let's keep going. I want to turn down sage wisdom or combat skills right now. Your mom is a force to be reckoned with, princess. You give Ash a kiss on the forehead before Hannah takes her leave, followed by the others. Now that you have some practice with knife throwing, I'm going to teach you how to disarm an opponent wielding a knife. Piece of cake. I learned one night thing. How hard can another one be? You're about to find out. Oh, great. Now mirror my stance when I lunged at you. First sidestep, then hit my wrist with the side of your hand. Hard. I don't want to hurt you. It's precious that you think you could. 3, 2, 1. She leaps at you, her body arching through the air towards your throat. Sidestep. You remember Ellie's instruction at the last moment and slide to the left as the knife passes through the space where you just stood. You lash out with your fist as Olivia turns towards you, bringing it down on her near hand, which is already empty. Not a bad start. Keep your palm moving next time, and well go for the hand holding the knife. She swings at you again and again. You finally dodge the blow, swiping your hand away. I already did the sidestep. So did you think the fight was over because you took the right move? The most important part of the lesson isn't the knife or the sidestep the boy. It's finding the resilience to try again. No matter what problems or people you may be facing. Do you really think we can beat Evernote after everything that's happened? I think so, but that's not what matters. If you give up now, you will never know. My parents told me that at a young age. What happened? Playing as little bit in the records. My father was training me as he often did, but those drills were the most advanced yet. I'm ready, Father. You stand at the center of a small clearing in the snowy forest, a wooden sword in your hands. Your father stands opposite you, his own sword raised before him. You must assume that as long as your opponent is armed, they have the upper hand. This is true. I have a sword too. Lightning strikes out and a sharp crack rings out through the clearing as wood crashes against wood. And if you let that fact comfort you, you're as good as dead. He lashed out again, forcing you to step back as you bring your sword up to block just in time. Ah! Come on, Olivia, you can't win until you rip both blades. You grit your teeth and jab at your father's stomach. He blocks the blow easily, but in doing so, he creates an opening. I've got you now. You throw your full weight into the attack and lose your balance, sailing right past him and stumbling into the snow. No, this isn't a game, Olivia. You clench your jaw in frustration, hiding your face as you struggle to hold back the tears beginning to well in your eyes. I know, Father, I tried. Have we had a setback? Your mother's voice sounds from behind you. You glance up to see her appearing at the edge of the clearing. I fear we may have made a mistake in trying to teach her this technique so soon. Do we need to push her so hard? A strange look passes between your parents, a sense of urgency that you can't quite understand. If you won't, I will. She grabs the sword out of your father's hands and gestures for you to assume your fighting stance again. Come at me. Yes, mother. You take a deep breath and rush towards her, only to find your feet knocked out from under you. You tumble back onto the snow, sword desperately clutching in one hand as your mother places one healed foot upon your chest. Olivia, look at me. I failed you. Look at me. You force yourself to look up as her shadow looms over you. Tears of frustration freeze on your lashes. You've been knocked down, but you still have your weapon, don't you? I do. You're still breathing, aren't you? Yes. Oh, I know exactly where this is going. If you can breathe, you can stand. And if you can stand, you can fight. Then, if you can breathe, you can stand. And if you can stand, you can fight. I knew it! I knew it! I love that line. I love it. You close your eyes for a moment, letting her words sink in, and all the anger, shame, and helplessness from a moment ago fades away. The mother's right. You know what you have to do. Hiya! You swing your blade in a quick arch, forcing your mother to leap away, and the instant you're back on your feet. Well done. Now prepare for another round with your father. Lionel steps up and gives you a small approving nod. And God. And Olivia? Yes, mother? This time I expect you to win. Now I'm playing as Gabriella. Wow, I was expecting intense, but that was intense. At the time, I just thought my parents were training me to be a good warrior, a strong duchess. But now I know what they always had their eye on, the throne. You're too strong to let them get to you. There is no denying that your parents weren't great people, but you aren't them, and you know that. You're a Narakis through and through, but you're charting your own path. You're right, I'm above this self-pity. Anyway, we aren't here for my issues. This is about you. For all their many faults, my parents did teach me something very valuable to get back on your feet no matter what. Pressure and Isabella may have gotten the upper hand for now, but the question is, what are we going to do about it? I have to. We're going to take a page out of your parents' book, and if we can breathe, we can stand. And if we can stand, we can fight. I love it. 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 Oh, and we're going to fight. And Isabella and Bradshaw won't know what hit them. Olivia nods approvingly. It sounds like you've learned the most important lesson this army has to offer. Well, I've had a very good teacher. Naturally, but I'm not done enlightening you just yet. Follow me. Leaving the armory, Olivia leads you through a flurry of activities to help you relax. Oh, a massage. This is exactly what I need after training. You see Olivia's masseur pull out a thin sheet of frozen ice and smash it across Olivia's back. What? Dude, that seems worth the ice bath. Ah, the ice frog. Those things purges stress from the body. You look up in horror as your masseur hovers above you with her own sheet of ice. Wait. Here we have a nice rejuvenating Bath. Hot water come to my butt. Knowing Olivia for these past 2 books in the road, or past 3 books in the road romance. I don't think that's hot water. I don't trust it. Leap into the loud only to feel the numbing sting of ice water. A nice rejuvenating ice bath. So cold. And here we have a mani-pedi for your fragile hands and feet. The triple implements. You've been through enough triple lately. Instead, I requested a nice relaxing treatment with fortifying audio therapy. What is audio? Okay. Other turns up the volume on the radio speakers, playing a dramatic orchestral battle score in the room. Honestly, I would be into it. I would be 100% into a audio therapy session. I am not joking at all. 100%. I'm starting to feel it, or a headache. I can't tell which. Embrace it and let your spirit grow. After several days of Olivia's activities, you find yourself on the surface of a frozen lake. Olivia holds Ash while you, Hannah, and the others hold hefty rocks over your heads. Is the ice supposed to be cracking? The exercise would be pointless without the threat of impending injury, Gabriella. We've cleansed you of defeat. Focus your resolve and shock your senses into awareness, which leaves the final steps of battle readiness. Let me guess, the rocks represent Brasha and Isabella, and falling into ice water represents defeat. No, the rocks are rocks, and the ice water could kill you. Stay in the moment. She's right, freezing to death. Yeah, ice water can kill you, freezing to death. This is a test of everything we've worked for. A test of both body and mind. What would you do if Brasha and Isabella were right here in front of you? Shove the ice on their feet. A decently tactical maneuver, but a doomed one nonetheless. That option is too direct. Talayla, why can't we come at Admiral head on? She fixed him with a stern, expectant glare. Their military outpasses ours. And even if it didn't, an open fight would put a lot of Cordonians lives at risk. Correct. Hannah, what is Isabella's greatest weakness? She shifts her weight and her foot skids a few inches on the ice. She struggles to steady herself for a moment, the rocks teetering dangerously above her. I think it's her contempt for Bradshaw. That's right, they don't present a united front. Yeah. If they did, they wouldn't have had to bribe us. Well, I don't even say bribe is the right word. Not gold. I can't think of actually a right word for that, but no. They manipulated us. There we go. They manipulated us into the betrothal agreement in the first book. So they never put up a united front. Olivia walks over to Maxwell, and the pressure of her footsteps creates thin fissures in the eyes. Maxwell eyes them nervously. Maxwell can't ever be trusted. Theoretically, no, they can't be. But logically, yes. It can't be trusted to always have the upper hand and one step ahead of us, or two, really. Maybe five. That's a gimme. Of course, they can't be trusted. Like I said, theoretically, yes, you're right, Becca, but in the sense of politics, no. The enemy can be trusted to make the right decisions that benefit them. Wrong. We can absolutely trust them to act in their own interests. As I said, we just need to know what those interests are. Olivia plucks another rock from the pile on the shore and adds it to the rock he's holding overhead. Your penalty. Oh. Maxwell slips beneath the weight of both rocks, and the cracks in the ice beneath his feet begin to grow. I'm fine. I just have to become one with the ice and not one with the lake below the ice. You've got this, Maxwell. Olivia has a point. Bradshaw and Isabella have claimed they leave after the official betrothal ceremony in a few months. But there is no way they'll just leave after all the trouble they've gone through. That leads nicely into my next question. Gabriella, how do we get Bradshaw and Isabella out of the capital? Consider your answer carefully. For your child is watching. Do you want to be a failure in her eyes? But before you can answer, your legs begin to shake from the weight of the rock and the slickness of the ice. Stand like a muddy oak. You push harder through the burn and stay upright. No, I do not. I will not fail. Good. Now answer my actual question. To get rid of brush heads, Bella, we have to give the upper hand. Somehow we need leverage. Get the upper hand. Somehow we need leverage. What's that art? It's not my first rodeo when it comes to like politics. In the world of Treasure Odie and the Battle of Life, not my first rodeo. Right now, they have every advantage. We need to find ourselves on edge. Precisely. Because Cordonia can't be the first kingdom to have beef with Avenel. Maybe someone else has gear on them. If Amalis hadn't gone to the dark side, Monterizzo's spy skills would be handy right about now. I still have a bad feeling about that. I think we judged Amalis a little bit too harshly without actual proof. So would an extra pair of arms. Everyone struggles to keep their rocks afloat as you ponder the situation. I'm not entirely convinced that Amalis was behind the throne, but until we know for sure, the only people we can trust are ourselves. Then it's a good thing one of those people is a talented spy in her own right. Let me get you talking about you, Olivia. I'll start digging for some dirt, as Gabriella said. In the meantime, now that this exercise has given us a path forward, you must complete the physical stage of the challenge. The last person standing is the victor. Heck yeah, epic training montage. This is totally going in my next memoir turned movie. Just gotta focus on how lightweight these rocks are. Soon your arms begin to wobble under the strain, and you see your friends fighting to keep their rocks in the air as it brings Ash to your side, dropping her voice low when she speaks to you. Are you really going to let your daughter watch you lose, or are you going to create your victory? Create my victory, huh? You turn to Hannah and your friends. No, Hannah, no. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this to my love. I don't want to do this to the one I love. Oh, I'm sorry, Hannah. It takes a fortitude and balance. I like it. You took one foot up against your thigh, carefully adjusting your balance to avoid a tumble. Others struggle to find their own one leg closes, and ultimately Draco, swallowing his rock, slides across the ice. I'm good, just can't feel my biceps. There's one down. Two more to go. The first challenger falls. My money's on it. No. One down. Four more to go. That's all. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm not. I was afraid of this. That's what bubbles to Hannah as he rolls away from the cracking ice and her rock tumbles to her feet. That's wrong. Oh. Ha! Victory! Well, a win's a win. A win's a win. A win's a fun win, but a win's a win. Obtained partly through luck, but congratulations, Gabriella. It seems your fighting spirit is back. So that's it. The gauntlet's over. I think we have one more. This stage of it is more to prepare, but you should enjoy the pizza all you can. Once everyone is safely ashore, you take Ash back from Olivia. She goes and reaches for your face with her lint-covered hand. Hey! My baby girl is back! I'm happy to be back with you too, Princess. She tries to nuzzle her nose, but she turns her face away. Her gloved hand points slowly towards a nearby bush with its branches weighed down with snow. By snow. Aye! Do you want mommy or the snow? I'm gonna take wild guys instead of the snow. I could translate that one perfectly. That was ice. I think that's snow. Or ice. Same thing. Oh. Similar. Similarities. Similar. We're going to have so much fun playing in this stuff when you're older. Why wait when there's all the snow around us right now? We've earned some fun and relaxation. You don't think she's too young for snowball fights and competitive sledding, but there are plenty of fun baby safe snow activities. When you like those, right? Michael will lead you to and the others towards a large open area covered with fresh snow as Olivia makes her way back to the keep. Ash is a bit young for a full sled ride, but a gentle slope should be safe with someone holding her. That's quite an honor to chaperone Her Royal Highness, says first sledding experience. Then we'd better choose carefully. Myself, Maxwell, Drake, Gabriella, or Hannah. These are good picks. Hannah. We're going to have so much fun. You hand Ash over to Hannah, who grabs a sled and gets settled with the baby in her arm. Now, it wasn't too long ago that I went sledding for the first time. I remember I learned that the key to a perfect sled ride is balance. That's true. This is true. I speak from experience. You're not wrong, but the lesson might be lost on her at this point. Hannah nods, holding Ash close to her chest as she pushes out, sending the sled gliding down the low slope. Hey! Ash waves her arms about in delight as the sled comes to a stop at the foot of the small hill. Seems like she was born for the slopes. I think she wants to go again. But first we have to make snow angels. Hey, that's about as baby friendly as a winter activity gets. Before you or Talewa gets a change, gets it a change, shouldn't be a chance. Okay, I'm gonna change one word. Before you and Talewa get a chance to chime in, Maxwell is already lying on his back in the snow. The others begin to follow suit. I think Ash will have to watch and learn this time around. She's probably just make a snow blob. I mean, the snow angel is a snow angel in my opinion. But I trust you to show her how it's done, Hannah. It takes a little bit of practice to get the arms and legs angles right. I call them my angel angles. They're too adorable. Ooh. Soon everyone rises to admire their work. George, how did you manage to make a snow angel look rugged? I never skip leg day. Hannah, yours is adorable, and Maxwell has so many arms. I'm guessing a kraken, maybe? Either that or a octopus. I'm gonna stick with the kraken though. It's a kraken. The artistic spirit of House Beaumont moves through me. Called it. I called it. I knew it had to be something to do with a squid. I knew it had to be something to do with a squid. If you like that, Ash, I've got something else to show you. Talewa starts rolling and assembling several small snowballs. You and Ash watch. He pauses to confer with Hannah, who runs into the keep for a couple finishing touches. It's been a while since I made one of these. Glad I haven't lost my touch. Too adorable. Too adorable. Too adorable. What do you think, Princess? Did Uncle Talewa do us justice? And this is why I chose the Hannah route. Because I am an uncle IRL. Abba? She raised one hand towards the snowy figure's head. What are these wonderfuls? Look. You carry Ash over to them and let her pat her gloved hand on the snow Ash's head. Do you like it, Princess? It's almost as cute as the real you. Yeah, I'll give that public but a 5 out of 10, but Ash is a 10 out of 10. I can't believe a girl's already sledding down hills and making snow angels. I know it seems like yesterday I was holding her for the first time. She's already so big compared to then. Soon enough she'll be ice skating, sledding for real. I'm most looking forward to the days. You know what? I'm going for it. That will be a proud day when the student becomes a master. Who said you're teaching her snowball fight tactics? She may be getting bigger, but she still has a lot of firsts ahead of her. Like her first word or first steps. You cradle Ash close and gaze down at her smiling face. Hannah puts an arm around you as your friends return to playing in the snow. She's really taken to all this excitement, hasn't she? I'd say so. Every new snowflake is blowing her mind. Here, Hannah holds Ash up, sticking her tongue out to demonstrate catching a snowflake. Ooh. She tilts her head up and a flake lands on the tip of her nose. She pauses for a moment then sneezes. Bless you. Maybe we should get her back. You're interrupted by Ash's giggling as she waves her hands at another passing snowflake. I can't tell you how happy it makes me to see her having the experience I missed as a child. And you get to share in them with her. She's going to get to do everything I wish for. We'll go to the water park, see a driving movie, have a tea party with real stuffed animals, as long as you choose save receipt from me, receipt and unlimited carpets. You put Hannah close, cradling Ash gently between your bodies. Hannah wraps her other hand around you and slowly rubs your back. We're a Ash sandwich. Then I have a new favorite kind of sandwich. So understandable. You remain that way for a few more moments until you notice the sun getting low on the horizon. It's later than I thought. I bet there's a fire waiting for us on the deep. Then let's get inside and continue this moment under a blanket. You give Hannah a final squeeze before calling to the rest of the group and heading inside. After warming up inside, you get up and find Olivia in the entry hall. She takes a short sword and an ornate scabbard off the wall and adds it to the pile in her arms. preparing to defend against a Sarge, just hiding the last of the easily reachable weapons. It may have taken a few days, but this keep is officially deeper. Thank you. Not counting all the weapons you're carrying, you're carrying. I bet you have a dozen knives hidden in your clothes right now. 8 knives, 2 sets of brass knuckles, and an emergency poison vial. Actually, and yet I should savor around you than practically anyone else I know. That's because I'm not about to let your infant daughter disarm me. I just wanted to say thanks for everything you've done for us here in Lycos. I can't. Nope. I knew my Bessie would come through for me. Bessie? What else would you call the person you turn to first when you need an escape? An accomplice, usually, but I see your point, and I accept. But this does not extend to any of your other associates. Of course, and maybe I feel a lot better. As shaken as I felt when we got here, I'm ready to get back in the fight. Well, don't rest on your laurels just yet. You may have survived the day's gauntlet, but there is one last challenge before you're officially ready to face your foes. Oh no. What surprises does Olivia have in store? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, thank you for joining me. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode for chapter 10 of the Royal Heir. Till next time, the champ out. Peace.